What's going on, everyone? Trust the Buzz here. If you're new to the channel, I make daily Charlotte Hornets content, so if that interests you, make sure you go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below. If you cannot tell by the thumbnail and title of this video, in today's video, we're going to be talking about the schedule. The NBA schedule just dropped for all 30 teams, and we're going to be talking about the schedule for the Hornets. There's not really much to talk about because it's not like we have like marquee matchups to look forward to because we don't even know what our team's going to look like in a couple months because with the Miles Bridges situation. However, we're just going to talk about what we do know and just kind of talk about the nationally broadcast games and some interesting games and things like that. So let's go ahead and do that. The first game of the season is at San Antonio, where we're facing the Spurs, and then 2 days later, we go ahead and host the New Orleans Pelicans, and then we're turning right back around and going on the road, kinda, to play the Atlanta Hawks. And I'll probably be at that game. That's an interesting game. One, because I live in Georgia, so it'll be easier to go to that game. And two, just because of the play-in thing that happened last year. I know that, we may be missing Miles and things like that, or the team may not even be good. I don't know. But I think for me, it's a game I'm going to go to. And then they go on the road. They're continuing on the road to the Knicks. Then they go to play the Magic, and then we host the Warriors. So then the Charlotte Hornets host the Warriors on October 29th, Saturday game. I know y'all remember when the Warriors came to Charlotte last season. It was an amazing experience. You could tell, I wasn't there, but you could just tell how hyped the stadium was. It was a close game. Everybody was doing their thing on defense, on Steph Curry towards the end of the game. It was a fun game to watch. So I expect more of the same just because when Steph comes, team definitely plays a little harder just because of the fact you see all the Warrior fans and things like that. Makes the team go harder. And then, okay, so we're there for like a 2-game stretch. And then, like I said, you take on the Warriors and you take on the Kings. And then, of course, the annual, for the next 10, 12 years, the annual Hornets Bulls ESPN game on November 2nd. That's a Wednesday night game. We actually played pretty well against the Bulls last year, so I actually kind of curious to see how the team plays against the Bulls this year. But once again, it's hard to even talk about what I expect because I don't even know. I don't even know what's going on with the team as far as roster-wise, so we're just going to keep going. And then we're on the road to face the Grizzlies. Then we're back home hosting the Nets. Then we host the Wizards. Okay, so a little three-game homestand here. Then go on the road to Miami. Play Miami back-to-back on Thursday and then Saturday. It's going to be interesting. Then we're back on the road to Orlando. Then go home. Okay, so it's a little traveling here. As you can tell, we travel a little bit. It's like home and away, or 2 home, 2, like 3 away. So 2 home, and then an away, and then 2 home, 3 home. Okay, and then... Okay, so then we played like the Knicks. See, like I said, it's not too exciting. I mean, we didn't get a Christmas game, I know that much. And then the Hawks come to Charlotte, play on December 16th. And then we go on the road here. So, yeah, it's not that much. I mean, and then here's an NBA TV game against the Clippers. There's that. And then we play the Lakers on, 2 days before Christmas because we can't get a Christmas game, which we don't deserve one right now. So it is what it is. And then, okay, so more NBA TV games. I think the game where the Warriors go to Charlotte, that should have been an NBA TV game instead of the other way around. But it is what it is. Because I think you're just going to get a closer game that way. But it is, once again, it is what it is. Grizzlies. Okay, none of these games are really, we're just going to keep going to, another NBA TV game against the Celtics, which we played the Celtics pretty well last year. So that's not, I think we got blown out. No, we blew them out, right? We blew them out one time last year. Was that last year? Anyway. A TNT game. So the 2 games we have against the Bulls, I believe it's 2 so far, are both nationally televised, of course. What other way would it be, And then, so we get 3. So we play the Celtics on ESPN. Okay, so 3 national TV games. I will take that. Surprisingly, we knew the Bulls games were going to get nationally televised, and that's if Lonzo is even healthy. But to get 3 is a little impressive. And then we're going on, and we're in March. And then, nothing about the schedule sticks out. It does seem like a lot of traveling, but last year there was a lot of traveling for this team. There was a point where we stayed on the road. Like, we had the least played amount of home games for a stretch there. and it showed like in the record. So I'm actually kind of okay with this kind of fluctuate. I know it like traveling wise is not going to be easy, but we're not on the road as long at least. So therefore I feel like, you know, little home court advantage, young team always play better at home. It's just how things go in sports is younger teams always do well at home. And yeah, so it looks like we only got 3 nationally televised games. I'm not mad at that. Then you end the season against the Cleveland Cavaliers, which that could be a big game. I mean, depending how much better Cleveland, you know, plays, or if they play even at the same level that they did last year, depending on injuries, depending on a lot of stuff, this could be a big game here. Toronto will be a big game towards the end too. This right here, this April 2nd and this April 4th game against Toronto, both at home, by the way. 2 big games, in my opinion. 2 big games. Also, so we played the Bull 3 times at least. So this stretch right here towards the end, because we know the Hornet season as of late have always came down to the end. This is going to be a big stretch right here. You play, let's see all the teams. Like let's start like mid-March. So like let's March 14th. So you play Cleveland, then you play the 76ers, which they'll probably be up the standing. So it might not matter too much, but it's going to matter like in the grand scheme of things. Then you play the Pacers, which is a game you need to take. You play the Pelicans, which you may can let that go. Mavericks, you got to win one of these. So you either got to win one in Dallas or win one in Charlotte. I mean, pick and choose, but you got to win one if the season does come down to an end. Right here, Oklahoma City Thunder. Hopefully they're tanking at this point, so this should be a gimme. But we know the Hornets don't like gimmies for whatever reason, so that's going to be interesting. But really, right here, this Bulls, Raptors, and then Cavs right here. This stretch is going to be a huge stretch because, like I said, Hornets games always come down to the wire. So it's just going to be interesting. Well, Hornet seasons, rather, as of late, always come down to the wire as far as like where the Hornets end up being seated. So that's going to be a big stretch. I mean, yeah, I don't really like it's the schedule. I mean, it is what it is. Us Hornets fans have a lot more to worry about than the schedule. I mean, I wish we were in a predicament where we could focus on the schedule and enjoy schedule release day. And it's cool to look at the games. And for me, like to pick out what games I'm probably going to go to because I'm definitely going to go to both times in Atlanta. And I'm going to try to figure out a couple of times to go down to Charlotte. Might as well see family while I'm there. So things like that. But yeah, I'm interested just to see what the team even does because it's hard to even get excited for this, like I said. But I mean, it is what it is. I mean, the schedule I think is a lot better than last year. It's not as many away games as long because last year we had so many away games, like I said earlier. So I actually like the way this schedule works. I would like to see when someone finally does the math and see distance traveled and things like that. That would be interesting to see. Young team traveling a lot that could wear. But 3 nationally televised games, not mad at it. We were hoping by this point we'll get 5 or 6, but with the Miles thing, I get it. So Melo was able to get us 2 basically by himself. And then I guess they decided to just do a gimme for the Celtics just in case we're good or better. So we'll see. Because you don't see too many. I don't think the NBA flexes games. So, yeah, it's just going to be very interesting to see how this season goes. I'm excited. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. And, yeah, like I said, if you like daily Charlotte Hornets content, make sure you go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below and leave a comment. I respond to all comments and leave a comment on some things you want to see on the channel just because of the fact that it is the dead part of off season. Charlotte Hornets aren't doing much. We got the Miles Bridges court case the 19th, so that's this Friday. And I already have a video recorded about that, about like the court case. And then we'll obviously have a post court case video. But anyway, yeah, so that does it for this video. And also check out my Draft Nerds channel. I decided to do something while I'm bored. I don't even know how much longer I'm gonna stick with it, but go ahead and check it out. I basically provide NBA draft content because the Hornets are trash. We might as well look forward to the draft. And I could bring some of that content over here, but just let me know because, like I said, I want this to be a place for Charlotte Hornets content. But let me know if you want me to cover other topics in the NBA or the draft, anything like that, just to add more content because I'm all for recording a video. I just need to make sure y'all want to see it. But once again, finally, that does it for the video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Peace.